Welcome to Tucson. Have you been here before, and your thoughts on southern Arizona?
Well, I was in Tucson when I was about 19 years old, so I don't know too much about the city at all, but I know a little bit about the heat. I spent a lot of time in Texas, and I guess this is dry heat. It's a little bit different. I don't feel the difference. It's still really hot.
How did this opportunity come about, and what led you here?
Well, how it came about is I worked with Dave Tippett in Dallas. I worked with him for 7 years there, and when this team came to Tucson, we've kept in touch, and I kind of reached out to him a little bit and said if there's anything in the organization, I'd be willing to look at it and do something, and it just came about where the team moved. I talked to Tip a little bit, talked to John Chaika, and here I am.
How much of the emphasis is going to be placed on winning, being that this is a first-year team, and how much on developing players?
Well, I think it's all about development when you're a farm team, when you're in the minors. I think the winning part will come with the Arizona Coyotes. If we do a good job down in the minors, they're gonna have a good winning team up there. So I think there's a balance for sure. You have to have a balance of really good veterans to help these young guys along, and we got a couple veteran coaches that have been through all the grinds of the NHL, played in the minors, so we have a lot of experience that way.
What are some of the challenges of being a first-year team?
Well, probably a lot of the challenges are a lot of the off the ice challenges of new city, new people, getting to know the league. I've never been on a brand new team before, but it's going to take a lot of work by a lot of different people, and I think it's got to look back to the team atmosphere, the business staff, the hockey staff. Everybody has to really work together to make it successful.
Coach, for the fans in Tucson, describe your coaching style. Are you a screamer and a yeller? Are we going to see you banging from the bench during games, or do you have maybe a more mellowed approach? What's your style?
You'll probably see me yelling at the referees. That's I think all coaches do that. But no, I'm pretty laid back. I think if a coach starts yelling and screaming all the time, you're taken away from what you're supposed to be doing on the bench. So I'll be an honest, hard-working coach that really communicates with my players and with the assistant coaches. But probably the biggest thing would be a real honest approach to the players and a real detailed guy in how we're going to play.
Mark, you've been watching the prospects at prospect camp the last few days. A big chunk of this team, or a chunk of this team, will come from those players. What have you seen on the ice, and how excited are you about coaching some of those guys?
Well, I'm very excited about it. And it's a learning process of getting to know all these players. The last couple of days when you're on the ice. When you're doing some coaching, it's really hard to put a number to a face and stuff. So yesterday I sat up top and really watched, and they were doing a lot of skill development, a lot of that kind of stuff. And what I really noticed is there's a lot of skill in the organization. The first day when I was running the practice, we did a little bit more flow, and you could tell that there's a lot of determination in the young kids, and excitement and nervousness, that's what pro hockey's all about, taking that next step. So the players, I don't know them well enough yet to really comment on them. I know that the Arizona Coyotes, the scouting staff, and the people that you talk to in the pro hockey circles, they really have high praise for the talent and all the draft picks that the Coyotes have got. And everybody talks about Strome and Dvorak, and they're probably the two main pieces to the big puzzle. But there's a lot more talent than that. There's a lot of good players throughout the organization I think in time, you know, and I say time, that there's going to be, the organization is going to be very proud of those guys when it all gets put together, and it basically starts here.